Recording. Hello there, everybody. Or I should say, hello, everyone. In the midst of moving and cleaning my house, they released the very first episode of Dragonflight Legacies. Chapter 1, aptly named. Presumably, this is going to be the Dawn of the Aspects one, but we're going to find out. And I turn on OBS for a bit of a recording, see if I have anything interesting to say as a reaction. If I do, I'll put it up on YouTube. And if not, then you're never going to see this. For those who usually comment like, oh my god, why are you talking throughout the video? This is a reaction video. If you're looking for just a clean viewing of the episode itself, check the description. You'll find a link to chapter 1. Right, with that out of the way, let's dive into it, shall we? Before we begin, expectations. If this is truly about Dawn of the Aspects, then I'm hoping to see the first battle with Galakrond, the whole reasoning as to why they're empowered. I am curious if they're going to go into details as to how the empowerment worked, because at the time the Titans were slain and the Keepers called to some sort of power, according to the Chronicles, I should say. So I'm curious if they're going to dive into those details, or we're actually going to see the empowerment, which is where Dawn of the Aspects kind of left off. And I'm curious if they're going to add the little detail in which Nelfarian, aka Deathwing, as most of you know him, he was already listening to the whispers of the old gods even before their empowerment. And I wonder if that little detail is going to make it in. Ooh, where are we, Nosdormu?
This place holds many mysteries, but few answers.
Stop there! Who are you?
One who would be your guide. Tell me, what do you remember from before?
My general, a fierce battle. And then I was imprisoned in darkness.
But now, you are free.
What are you?
Come, there is much I would show you, to prepare you for the challenges that lie ahead.
Okay, that's one heck of an introduction. Ooh, I love that. Emberfall does not recognize him as the aspect. Interesting.
This place, so strange. Where are we?
Where is less important than when. Many thousands of years ago, when our world was young, Azeroth was home to the ancestors of dragons. Primitive beasts ruled by primal instincts. Yet, there were a few in whom the spark of intelligence was lit, who thought, spoke, and felt more deeply than the rest.
What does this have to do with me?
Were it not for them, your people would not be. From these proto-dragons, there arose the monster, Galakrond. Whose insatiable hunger would have consumed us all. When the fate of our kind was at stake, we five overcame the instincts of fear and self-preservation and united to battle the Leviathan.
We? So, you were one of these?
Is there gonna be a rock in his throat or not?
For our bravery, risking everything to save the world, we were granted a gift of the Titans, transformed into something greater. We became the Aspects, leaders of the Dragon Flights, the protectors of Azeroth.
Oh, nice transition.
In time, we took on visages like this to better commune with the younger races.
Why have you shown me this?
I am Nozdormu. I was aspect of the Bronze Flight. It is my fate to see all of time. But now a threat to our world approaches. An ancient enemy has returned. You will play a part in the events to come, and you will have to make a difficult choice, as we did.
I am not like you.
No. My story is already written, but yours, and that of all Drakthir, is only beginning to unfold.
Alright, interesting. I just need 2 seconds. I need to check out Embertal. Hang on. Okay. Let me actually get a reaction in here. Howdy, everybody. So, sorry, I was just engrossed with what was happening. So I was looking before I get my reaction going. I was actually looking at like, oh, where do we get Emberfall in again? Like the first reaction, the first response to Emberfall is like, okay, that's a Dragfear. But I kind of want to know specifically like what did Emberfall do again? And I believe that they're one of the first ones that you're going to be finding on your Dragfear escape mission. So I'm imagining that this is Nozdormu visiting like the crypts. Or the crypts, or the oh god, what they call it, the nurseries, where the Dragfear are being kept in your Dragfear starting area. So during this whole legacy thing, Nozdormu takes us back in time. Not so much where, but what is important is when. And when is a long time ago, where the Proto-Dragons had evolved out of the elements left behind after the Titans locked away the Elemental Lords and the elements on their respective elemental planes. And in some of them, the spark of intelligence ignited, as Nozdormu explained it. I was looking at this shop, and I was like, wait a minute. Is that dragon shooting out Fel? What the heck is happening here? But then it's like, oh, wait, no, that's Ysera and Alexstrasza that are hanging out together. That's like, oh, I see. What is interesting is like that they've chosen to cut out a whole bunch of the storyline, and they've literally gone with like the very condensed but effective narrative as to what happened with the Daunty Aspects. In essence, the Aspects united as Proto-Dragons, they took down the threat of Galakrond, and in turn, they were rewarded. But they leave out the parts about Keeper Tyr approaching them. Information that we also get in the latest dungeon, Uldaman Legacy of Tyr. There's like little books in there that talk further about how these Proto-Dragons were actually evolved and how that teamwork worked, without going too much into details and all that. We do see a Galakrond as an actual model for the very first time. A friend of mine was going through Legion content the other day on stream, and I saw them go through like the memories of Ysera. And I remember back then that we were talking about this world-ending threat that Ysera saw in her nightmares. And in the beta times or the PTR times, there was like a Genisar, and then it changed to like a dragon model. I still think that they were portraying Galakrond without having to make a specific model for Galakrond. But here we go. We now actually see Galakrond in his full glory in the cutscene beyond just the cover of Dawn of the Aspects. And our Proto-Dragon team take him out. Again, light on the details, but effective in conveying the message. Once upon a time, there were Proto-Dragons, and they banded together to get Galakrond out of here. Also, Nozdormu and Ysera having a little moment right there. Y'all catch that? Very cute. And as a reward, they were empowered by the Titans. Now, here it looks like there's some random miracle happening that empowers Alexstrasza, while in truth, It was the Keepers calling upon the Titans, which is actually a detail that I was really looking forward to. But again, it's something that they're keeping blank. Although I kind of want... No, I was going to say, like, I kind of wonder if they're going to change that whole part about their empowerment, but nah. Beautiful portrayal, though, must admit. Like, the artwork I'm quite happy with. And it's a beautiful portrayal on how the Proto-Dragons actually became the Dragon Aspects. Interesting. Together we became the Aspects. Ooh. And then the transition into the Visages. I was like, oh, snap, here we go. Visage time. Like, I'm especially interested in Neltharion. Because the other ones we've seen before. I'm interested in Neltharion and his experiments with the Drakfir. But just before this moment, if we actually take a little look-see at the models. Uncorrupted Deathwing right here. In this art form, I should say. Very nicely done. And the reason, of course, why they pick Alexstrasza for the transformation is that Alexstrasza became the Queen of the Dragons, whereas the other ones, they followed. Alexstrasza being the Lightbinder. Ysera getting Domain of Nature. Malygos getting Magic. Nosdormu is the Time one. And Neltharion's got the Earth with the old gods and all the problems that ensued. Anything else that I kind of want to... mention throughout this cutscene? I mean, at the beginning, he was like very much, what do you remember what happens? And they're looking at the weapon. And then they're seeing this cutscene that we also saw in the intro. And this is, ooh, a fierce battle. Yo, did you see that? Ooh. I think we're talking about the Storm Proto-Dragon again. I think that's the idea behind it. Another thing that I found rather interesting is that Nosdormu tells us that an ancient threat has come back. And we kind of need the Drakfir on our side. Now, of course, Nosdormu is the walking spoiler that he is. Even though his powers are diminished, I imagine that he has seen, like, start to finish, right? Now, of course, it could be wibbly-wobbly stuff. But now a threat to our world approaches. An ancient enemy has returned. Right. And this ancient enemy, I'm kind of wondering where the introduction to this ancient enemy is going to come from. And I imagine that has to do with the pre-events, which is going to be launching actually today, now to think about it. And tomorrow for me on the EU side of things. So the ancient enemy is very much connected to the elements and this ancient war that took place between Dragon and this ancient enemy. But more details on that going to be revealed. Yeah. Have I said anything of use? I really, really, really hope so. Yeah. Curious about what the next one's going to bring. I'm just rebrowsing the episode here, kind of looking at, do I want anything else to add? Or, but I think I've pretty much said anything that I can say about this thing. Like I said, it's short and sweet. It's to the point. It doesn't convey all the details that I was hoping for, yet it does explain to people, okay, this is how the Proto-Dragons became Dragon Aspects. And then it's kind of what the future is going to bring, I suppose. So we're going to see the fall of Neltharion, and I believe we're going to see more details as to creation of the Drakfir. But that's going to be the next episode, I suppose. Say that you are looking for more details on this whole storyline. There is the Dawn of the Aspects book that you can read. We also have a machinima up on it on the channel. So if you're looking for more details as to how the Aspects banded together, how all of that worked out, we got a machinima. You could also pick up the ebooks, although I think they've actually released it in paper as well. And yeah, this will be my reaction before I keep on rambling. So thank you very much for joining, everybody. Hope you really enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the Red Dragonflight that we did last Monday as well. Coming Monday, we're going to be doing Green Dragonflight, and in between, I still have a little short planned. Tomorrow, like I said, it's going to be pre-patch on stream, but that's all future stuff. I'm going to go back to moving and cleaning my apartment, and we'll see each other real soon. Okay, bye-bye.